Alright, so initial setup by the gun professionals apparently was the Night Force rings. So we'll start with, I've got the Night Force rings because they're apparently the best. I've got the rear top ring with the bubble level in it, which I really like. The initial setup was out by a long way, so my windage, I had it actually to the right was a long way out. So basically there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I had 6 MOA windage adjustment initially when it was set up by the apparent professionals. I've got it back to that would be center. I got it back to about there, which is not even 1 MOA away. What happened was the rings, and I tried a couple of different things. So initially I removed the scope and tried to adjust the rail. I thought maybe the rail was out. No, it wasn't. It was perfectly fine. So what I did was I took this base ring and this base ring and I swapped them. So this one I put here and this one I put here, and that gave me the 20 MOA basically left to right that I should have had initially. Such a simple thing, but that's how I corrected my MOA. And the first shot I had was this one right here, and that was from, it was an approximate 100 meters, 100 yards. It was stepped out, so can't confirm, but that was my grouping. It's not perfect because I shake a little bit, but that was my first grouping after adjusting the scope. And how I did it was, after 20, I basically ran through a box of bullets to get it to center at 100 meters, 100 yards, whatever it was. I put this Bushnell's, it's a magnetic one. I put it on the end and I made sure it was secure, and I set it because I knew it was on target. I knew exactly where in the Bushnell's target it was, so I didn't move that the whole time. And I removed the scope. By the way, the gaps in, when it was initially set up, the gaps in these top rings, this one was basically touching, and the front one was on this side, was basically, it had a huge gap This one had a huge gap, so it was opposite. So it was not set up properly for starters, and on top of that, the bubble level. Basically, I had reset that. Basically, the gun was sitting over there for level. But now I've set the rings, those gaps are pretty close. And I've got it basically spot on. How I did that is with, this is a Ruger precision rifle 300 Win Mag. How I did that is the level, I got the gun level off the rail with the side off. So the rail, I had a little bubble level, a small one, and I had to go off the closest one while that was level was this section here, just before the handrail. The handrail was not close because that's held in by 4 or 5 screws, so that's not accurate. So I had to go off this little section here just before the rail, which is part of the gun, and that's what allowed me to get the bubble level correct. But now I've got it to a point where it actually, you know, I'm pretty close to 20 MOA, which it should be left to right now. And all I did was change these base rings. I swapped them back to front.